I'm having to do this with my phone and then upload that because my computer screen is cracked and it's giving me a difficult time. I have included a link as well as some images from the module I created in Sandbox to illustrate some of what I'm talking about. Uh, the module construction for the Sandbox tool for courses design was amazing to walk through. I'd seen that as an option. I had no idea how to use it. I'm very grateful this class was able to show me how many different kinds of opportunities we can use in the module construction, and that was really spectacular. For the course that I teach, the courses that I teach, I went through and developed several modules after March 12th and put that into my regular course, and I will be revamping and redesigning future expressions of this course as well using that tool. I love the fact that it can help to clearly define objectives, show the path to get there, and provide several different activities to engage different ways of helping the students ingest that information. Regarding social presence in my courses, I've changed my narrative voice because I know that I can't clarify in person very well because we don't have an opportunity to meet in person. So being able to try to develop a more conversational tone, but also invite comments and interactions with the students through email and the discussion boards. I thought all those really helped. Being able to show that I'm aware that there are different ways of getting information, and using the discussions to come to consensus about whether or not we need to change due dates or specific points on different projects was really helpful. I think that from now on, every course I'm going to be adding towards the beginning of the course just the Fulton Library tutorials on the use of critical thinking in internet searches for information. I thought that that was really just a valuable tidbit, and knowing that we have these resources, we have these opportunities for further tutorials and learning like that, that just opening that door was pretty amazing. In the module I created in the Sandbox, I developed a quiz to help students assess the information that they gained from the Introduction to Conceptual Art. I believe it was both formative and summative. It helped them to address their understanding of the information, and then gave them an opportunity to articulate their thoughts about the information. And through use of things like multiple choice questions, true false, as well as to essay questions, and just provided them or helped them develop a context for the conceptual project that would come later in the module. Two of the success strategies, student success strategies, is that I want to apply is being very aware of the use of the professional use of student interactive social media, using the discussion forums as a way to help students learn civility and communicating with each other, as well as being able to share their Instagram posts or their media posts. I think that's really important as professional artists moving into this new world, this new digital world. Students have to be aware of the importance of marketing and branding as a professional artist, and I think that using the discussion forums to kind of underscore that and allow them to navigate it with a very low risk threshold was a very valuable resource. I think also being aware of using those tools for virtual galleries and just activity with virtual gallery opportunities was valuable as well. I'm afraid that that's going to have to be a venue that a lot of students look at and begin to explore. There's a lot of private virtual galleries, as well as online display space for students to get juried into a virtual exhibit and include that information on the resume. I thought that was very valuable to student success. The section of the course design rubric that I wanted to examine more was the content and activities. I'm amazed at how much flexibility I have with the modules. And by exploring the dozens and dozens and dozens of different content sources that this course introduced me to, I was able to revamp the module on conceptual art to include academic videos that were not very boring about conceptual art as a whole, and then several artists. I introduced the students to 8 different conceptual artists. Some of them they probably heard, most of them they probably haven't, but these videos were anywhere from 3 to 8 minutes long and exceptional quality. It was just so much better than me standing in front of a class room and just going over the informational as dry as can be. It was having the video, having all those videos in there really helped to flesh out the information that was being expressed. And I think that when students are engaged with information, when they're not bored to tears, that helps student success dramatically. And when they can see, as I spoke about earlier, different ways of practically applying this information. For example, using the discussion forums to establish modalities for future branding and marketing exercises in social media. I think that really helps the information cement itself and move squarely into the practical use space for the future lives of the students. I think that most of the topics, if not all of them, really have enriched my experience and as a teacher, and will enrich my teaching practice. I now will spend the summer revamping all of my courses and use these tools as much as I possibly can. I think it's valuable for the atmosphere, the learning atmosphere that the student finds themselves in, as well as valuable for a practical application to their future life.